Hello, you are welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to be solving this exponential equation. This is going to be very interesting. Kindly watch this video till the end so you understand how I'm going to get my answer. Let's get started. So what we have is 2 plus root 3 all raised by x plus 2 minus root 3 all raised by x is equal to 14. Something is interesting here. What do we have? 2 plus root 3, okay? And here we have what? 2 minus root 3. Can you see that that is a result of difference of two squares? When you have a squared minus b squared, this will give you what? A plus b, and then what? A minus b. So I will try to see how I can bring this, what I have in these two brackets together, so that I will now use the concept of difference of two squares to work it out. Now, to do this, I can say let m be equal to 2 plus root 3, all right, and n be equal to 2 minus root 3. So the next thing I will do is to multiply m and n so that I will have something like difference of two squares. So mn will be equal to 2 plus root 3 in bracket, and then what? 2 minus root 3. So like I told you about difference of two squares, to resolve this, you are going to have to put it like this: 2 squared minus what? Root 3 squared, all from difference of two squares. So mn is equal to this. And then mn is equal to, what is 2 squared? Isn't that 4? And squared here, we cancel the square root, so you have minus 3, all right, which is equal to 1. So we can say that mn is equal to 1. How about we express n in terms of m? So I can say, if you divide both sides by m, all right, you have that, because m will cancel m, and you have n is equal to 1 over m. So let's keep this aside first. It's going to be useful. Let's go back to the original equation, which of course we had 2 plus root 3 all raised to the power of x. We already said let m be equal to 2 plus root 3. So that's going to be what? M raised to the power x. Let me take you back and show you something. So you know we said let m be equal to 2 plus root 3. And let n be equal to what? 2 minus root 3. So I'm going to write m raised to the power x from here, and then what? N raised to the power x from here. So let me quickly go and write it out. M raised to the power x plus n raised to the power x is equal to 14. But we already know that n is equal to 1 over m from what I wrote here. See, from this now, n is equal to what? 1 over m. I am going to replace it here. So I'm going to write m raised to the power x plus, no longer n now, it's going to be what? 1 over m all raised to the power of x is equal to 14. Now it will be easy to work this out because we just have m and m, a single variable, though we still have our x here, but not to worry, we are going somewhere with this. So I'm going to distribute this x to 1 and to m, because if you have 1 over 2, for instance, raised to the power 2, you can rewrite it like this: 1 over 2, 1 raised to the power 2 over what? 2 raised to the power 2. So that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to write it like this: m raised to the power x plus 1 raised to the power x. Now 1 raised to the power x is also 1, because no matter what x is, it will always return 1. So I'll just write over m raised to the power x is equal to 14. What's going to be the next thing now? So because I don't want a fraction here, I'm going to multiply through by m raised to the power of x. Let's do that. So m raised to the power x times m raised to the power x plus m raised to the power x times 1 over m raised to the power x is equal to 14 times what? M raised to the power x. Good. So if I come here, if you apply the law of indices here, you have to add the exponent. So you have x plus x, because they have the same base. This is already a common thing. So this cancels this, and then you just have 1 here. This is equal to what? 14m raised to the power x. Okay. I can write this as what? M raised to the power x plus x is what? 2x. So plus 1 is equal to 14m raised to the power x. Okay. So let me move this to the left hand side. I'm going to have m raised to the power. But before that, I have to also tell you that this can be rewritten as m raised to the power x all squared. Because if you multiply x and 2, you get what? 2x. So nothing has changed. Then if I move this over to the left hand side, I'll have minus 14 m raised to the power x, and then plus 1 is equal to 0. The reason why I expressed m raised to the power of 2x to this form is because I am also going to use another variable and set it to what? M raised to the power x. I'm doing this to make the equation as simple as it can be for us to be able to solve it easily. So I can say let p be equal to m raised to the power x. All right. So if you replace this and you put p, you have p raised to the power 2 because m raised to the power x is p. Then minus 14 from here now. 14p plus 1 is equal to 0. Good. Now I have a quadratic equation, a very simple one at that. I am now going to use the formula method, which is what? K is equal to minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all divided by 2a. All right. Now, if you compare this with the general form of a quadratic equation, you will have that what? A is what? 1, which is the coefficient of the leading term. B is negative 14 and C is what? Plus 1. So let's plug all of these values into the equation. So I have that K is equal to minus, what's B? Negative 14, and then plus or minus the square root of what? Negative 14 all raised by 2 minus 4 times A is 1 and C is also 1, all divided by 2a. 2 times 1 is also 2. I can as well just write only 2. So here K is equal to minus times negative 14 is just 14 plus or minus the square root of, what is negative 14 raised by 2? That's 196, right? And minus 4 times 1 is 4. Divide everything by 2. So here K is equal to 14 plus or minus, what is 196 minus 4? Isn't that 192? All divided by 2. But it looks to me that I can simplify 192. You know, I can express 192 as the product of two numbers in which one of the number will be a perfect square. Yes. And 192 is equal to what? 64 times 3. Notice 64 is a perfect square. Okay, so K will be equal to 14 plus or minus the square root of what? 64 times 3, all divided by 2. And to hasten things up, K is equal to 14 plus or minus, I can rewrite this like this, square root of 64 times square root of 3, okay, all divided by 2. Then here K is equal to 14 plus or minus, what is the square root of 64? Isn't that 8? So 8, then root 3, all divided by 2. Now, I'll use this 2 to divide 14 and 8 root 3. So I'm going to have K is equal to 14 over 2 plus or minus 8 root 3 over 2. So 2 goes into 14, you have 7. 2 goes into 8, you have 4. What do you have finally as the value of K? K is equal to 7 plus or minus 4 root 3. But this is not what we're looking for. We're not looking for K. I'll say recall that what? Recall that K is equal to what? We set m raised to the power x to K. So let's bring it back. And I'm going to write what? M raised to the power x is equal to what K is now, which is all of this. And that's what? 7 plus or minus 4 root 3. Okay? But we also know that m is something. M is equal to what? 2 plus root 3 x. So I'm going to bring back this here. I'm going to write what? 2 plus root 3, right? All raised to the power of x from here now, okay? And this is equal to 7 plus or minus 4 root 3. So to get the value of x here, I'm going to take the logarithm of both sides. So we have log 2 plus root 3 raised to the power x. The reason is to bring this x down here, okay? And this will be equal to log 7 plus or minus 4 root 3, okay? And from here, I'm going to divide, okay, applying the law of logarithm, where you have log a raised to the power x, for instance, this can be set to what? X log a. This is one of the laws of logarithm where the exponent multiplies the logarithm. Hence, I have x log a. So let's apply this law here. If you take this x to multiply the logarithm, I'm going to have what? X log into bracket 2 plus root 3 is equal to log 7 plus or minus 4 root 3. Okay. Now from here, I'll divide both sides by log into bracket 2 plus root 3. So divide here by log 2 plus root 3. And this by what? Log 2 plus root 3. So this cancels this. And then you have x is equal to what? Log into bracket 7 plus or minus 4 root 3. All divided by log into bracket 2 plus root 3. Now, if you put all of this into a calculator, you are going to surely get the value of x as what? As 2. Hence, 2 is the value of x that will satisfy the equation. I hope you found value from this video. If you did, kindly subscribe to this channel if you have not done so already. Share this video with your friends and family and leave a comment for me in the comment section. I hope to see you in the next video. It is bye for now.